This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa Dalman Fort Western County, New York. Going live real quick, real quick. It is what it is. I want to know who got a problem with people that got mental illness. Who got the fucking problem? Because the mentally ill people services this country and every country. We fought in all the wars. We participate in volunteering. We work jobs. We pay taxes. We pay bills. But they like to take advantage of the mentally ill. They like to take advantage of us. I'm sick of it. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the goddamn chat. I'm so tired of motherfuckers that got a problem with one person and want to take it out on the whole community. Just say what your problem is. Say it. Say it with your whole chest. Say it with your voice box. Say it. Because I'm in my bag. I'm in my fucking feelings. I don't give a fuck. I got a mental illness. You'll never be cured. Major depression. Recurrent. Borderline personality disorder. PSD. Anxiety. I will never be cured. I didn't come to this world with my permission. I'm here now. Try to do nice things for people and people just, oh, she's crazy. Talk about crazy. Who's really crazy? Who's really the crazy one? I'll wait. Because me personally, I'm getting tired of shit. I am getting so sick and tired of hearing about mental ill people. Because when I went to the penitentiary a couple of years ago, I didn't see none of y'all. None of y'all were there. I was there. They put me in the camera room a couple of times. Tied me down to a goddamn bed. When I go to a hospital now, they tie me to a goddamn bed. Don't tell me. It's all in my head. It's a fantasy. It's real. I don't give a damn what nobody else say. The link is dropped. Anybody can hit the link. Anybody. And I'm getting so sick and tired of hearing about this. You know how many children are in those mental hospitals? They're not going to make it to their 15th birthday. They're not going to make it to the 16th birthday. When I started experiencing the symptoms, the major depression, the borderline personality disorder, the PTSD, the anxiety, what happened to me? What the fuck happened? Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody want to get silent. Everybody want to be crickets now. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my subscribers, my support team. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to all of you. But people complain about Queen Regina. They complain about Sister T. They complain about Barbara Girl Taylor. They complain about Brown Skin Lady. They complain. But I'm getting ready to be the most biggest complaint that you're going to have. Because I'm going to be 10 times worse than any of them. They don't speak the words I speak. They don't speak that one word I speak. You ain't never heard them threaten nobody. You never heard them say they try to burn down a house? You never heard them say they crush up glass and feed it to people? You never heard that from them. I said it. Shout out to the chat. I'm in my bag. I'm in my fucking feelings. And I thought everything was all right yesterday. It's not all right. She still is over there talking her shit. I don't got no problem with Lonnie Wonder, but when you talk about people with mental illness, when you talk about that, you are touching a deep subject you don't know nothing about. I got a younger sister, a biological sister, raising her family right now. They are in the church. They are in the school. They are in their karate classes. My sister is very good at the 52 blocks, so she teaches them the 52 blocks. These children can sing. They can write music. They can do whatever they want. My sister was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Bipolar. That means that she was born with it. It's a physical condition. It affects her mental. I'm going to protect my family. Don't nobody talk about my family. Don't come up here and talk about mental illness and like they all bums. Who's the fucking bum? I don't live in my mother's house. I live by myself. I live on my own. Them bills come in here. The mail come in here. It comes in my fucking name. I had to address that. Electric, whatever. Phone bill, whatever. I pay it. No problem paying it. My grandfather, he served during World War II. Yes, he did. Navy man. 6'3", a slim man with light skin, freckles, and red hair. He was an abuser of my grandmother and my father. He abused those two people. The two most important people in my life. He abused them could not abuse them anymore. My father grew up. My father became an abuser of women. Yes, he did. When he met my mother, my biological mother, yes, he did. And what he did, he put a padlock on the apartment door. Yes, he did. And a lot of what he did flowed down to me, flowed down to my brother. It flows. The anger, the disappointment, the wanting to beat people up, want to attack people. That's why I committed my crime back in 1994. I was 21. When they gave me my time, it was 1995. And I served 6 years and 7 months for a robbery charge. I thought it was robbery. They struck it down to common law robbery because I had character witnesses. That's not her. That's not who she is. When they got me in that goddamn penitentiary, they immediately pinpointed me as mentally ill, mentally unstable. How unstable am I if I'm living this long? I'm 50 years old now. 50. Shout out to the chat. I'm not going to be up here that long. The link is dropped. Anybody want to hit the link? Hit the fucking link. Tamika McCullough, since you got so much to say, hit the fucking link and see what happens to you. because I'm really pinpointing different people on this app. I'm pinpointing you. Now, Empress Lonnie Waller, you came up here yesterday. You hit the link. You oh, okay. But I've been saw what you said about me when me and you fell out. I've been saw what you were saying about me, and then you reiterated that this morning. Why don't you tell them how generous I was to you? Why don't you tell them how much loving I was to you? Why don't you tell them how encouraging I was to you? But you don't want to do that. That's too much like the right thing to do. Too much like the right thing to fucking do. But you want to get up here and talk about people with mental illness? Baby girl, you got a mental illness. You do the same thing over and over and over and want to get different results. It's not going to happen. Driving drunk down the street. It's a serious offense. Probably got a mental illness. Lonnie Malone, you probably got a mental illness and don't even recognize it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Domestic violence is a very big issue in this country. Domestic violence is the number one issue that kills men and women. When a woman gets killed, she usually gets killed in her bedroom. When a man gets killed, he usually gets killed in the kitchen area. So don't get me fucked up with that, because I know about that. I experienced that years ago when I got that call. 10:30 at night, I was living in Yonkers, New York, in my apartment, Saratoga Avenue, 54 Saratoga Avenue, apartment 2B. Hello. I got the call. I got the call that some nigga came in and destroyed my family. Most of my family members. They destroyed Sergeant Crystal Reagan. She was a veteran. They destroyed Sierra, 15. They destroyed Laquan. They destroyed Rashid. When they found Rashid, he was found to be stabbed over 27 times. What could a 6-year-old do to you? We know about mental illness. We know how deep it can go. But some of us are not like that. We're not built like that. To this day, I'm still haunted by the funeral service, the wake service, what my mother's response was, what Miss Linda's response was, what anybody's response was. I'm still affected. It's like it's happening right now. I'm always going to be angry about that. But I came on this app under Tommy Sotomayor. So there's a shout out to Tommy. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my subscribers, my YouTube creators, my support team. Shout out to my chat members. But I'm in my bag. I'm in my feelings. I'm here. Now, Tamika McCullough, since you got so much to say and you like to laugh a lot, hit the fucking link. Now, who the fuck is this? Hello? Hello? Okay, they dropped off. Thank you, Nashawn, for saying what you said. Thank you for saying what the fuck you just said in the chat. Shout out to Nashawn facts over feelings. He's telling the truth. He's telling the goddamn truth. You get up early, and I remember another YouTube creator saying that about Ronnie. I remember that. And I was like, oh, Lonnie don't do that. Lonnie don't do that. I was lying to my own goddamn self. But see, I suffer with a mental illness, so I believed Lonnie. I trusted Lonnie. I still like Lonnie. I do. And that's part of one of my conditions. I like people I like. Period. 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 Let the church say amen. All these motherfuckers on these fucking YouTube apps, they make me so fucking sick looking at people background chat. Come on, man. Background chat on people you are beefing with? This is YouTube. You ain't supposed to be going down there trying to find out if somebody got a criminal history. If they got a criminal history, they gonna say it. They gonna make it loud. We don't hide. Ex-inmates do not hide. Felons do not hide. People on parole hide. People on probation, they hide. But the ones that get the felony convictions, they don't fucking hide. We don't hide, and we are not scared or afraid of anyone. Fuck y'all that don't like us. We support this goddamn society. We pay the bills. We pay the taxes. We voting. I'm registered to fucking vote. How many y'all niggas up here registered to vote? It don't matter about the voting so much, but you got to build your own party. Since everybody is so discombobulated what's going on in America, we get ready to have a hurricane. That hurricane they're gonna hit probably tonight. So my job is shut down until further notice. Until further notice. Don't matter to me. Because I'm going to live my life and I'm going to speak my truth. If anybody got a problem with me, hit the goddamn link. Hey, Miss Feline. Oh, my baby over there. Mm-hmm. Who is this? Big dog. What up? Okay. We gonna go.
I'm so glad that you're addressing this issue. I don't think that this talked about enough. I got a fun fact for these people. 84% of the Black community has undiagnosed mental illness, meaning it ain't just me and you. It's just that me and you, we look ours in the mirror and we accept it and we work on ourselves. There's a lot of people that's in denial. 84% of the Black community has undiagnosed mental illness, and there's nothing to be funny of. And Lonnie, you're crazy. You have problems. Anybody who drinks Still Reserve at Whole Foods, drinking glasses of Still Reserve 8 a.m. is crazy, whether you know it or not. Shout out to my girl, baby. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. You already know what's up with us.
But facts don't fail. I'm so glad you came over and you talking that. But my thing is, I tried to get clarity with her this morning when she was doing her live video. I just got home from work.
What happened? Slow down. Give me a rundown, because I blocked her. I clicked on don't recommend this channel, so I never see none of her shit. What happened? What she was talking about you this morning?
No, she wasn't talking about me, but she was talking about people with mental illness. And she was saying that it's a lot of people in the mental ill community are fucked up, they bums, they do this, they do that. But my thing is, and I try to get clarity. I try to get clarity, and she would not clarify what she was talking about, because she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And if she left somebody in a situation where they said they wanted to kill themselves, she's supposed to report that. You working in that facility, you're supposed to report it. So Lonnie One Love is a very interesting character.
Right.
I like Lonnie. I
Right.
like Lonnie. I do. But what I'm going, and I told her on her panel, every time I hear something that I don't like, I don't agree with, I'm going to start speaking up. And a lot of people don't want me to do that. A lot of people going to try to shut down this video. A lot of people going to shut down my channel. I got another channel backing me up. So it is what it is. But 914 Westchester County, New York, we are going to speak the truth. And one of my subscribers got in touch with me this morning and told me what she heard what Lonnie said.
Man.
And she said, Ray, open up your goddamn ears. You heard what the bitch said. I said, oh yeah, she did say it. She did say it. There's no smoothing it over. She said she didn't have a problem with me, but she had a problem with me when she kicked me out and me and her was fighting back and forth. Now all of a sudden, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have an issue with you. But you talk about mental ill people, and when you talk about them, you're talking about me at the same time, same breath.
Me
Just
too.
realize what you're saying.
And
Realize
Rabia,
what you're saying.
Rabia, let me say something to you. She cannot shame people like me and you because we live our life, we live our truth. And we accept our past for what it is and move forward. We're not hiding nothing. Look, I could have saved a full tank of gas, and I could have saved, because I think she had to pay for my criminal record, the paperwork, like $10. I could have saved her $10 and a full tank of gas from riding to Philly, from Philly to here to get my record. You knew my whole name. All you had to do was go on Maryland Judicial Case Search, and that's an official government website of this state, and everything I ever did wrong popped up. You could have saved yourself some money and a trip and all that yelling riding through my damn block. But it is what it is.
Okay, ex-felon is up here. I don't know who this ex-felon person is.
You better make sure they don't whip their dick out or nothing.
Okay. Well, ex-felon, you gone.
Arabia.
Oh, you gone now. Ex-felon, you gone.
That's somebody. I think they know you. I think there's somebody who supports you.
Oh, okay. I'm about to get rid of him. Facts on Film, take over for a little bit. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Big Dog, where you get those numbers from as far as the mental health analysis?
Well, look, I'll show you. Did you do research? Do you got different numbers?
No, I'm just interested in.
Because one website was Johns Hopkins University. One website was the National Institute of Health, the government health site. MD.org. It fluctuates between, depending on who's telling it. It's all of them real close to each other. It's 80-something%, bro. And either PTSD or some type of trauma we got, bro. I'll give you an example. Me, my sisters, and my cousins and all us was on this corner right here on my block the other day. A car backfired. All us jumped out our skin. In a white neighborhood, when cars backfire, they don't jump. The reason why we did jump out our skin, because it's been time we've been present when people been shot and heard shots in the neighborhood and could have got shot. So just think about it, bro. If nothing else but PTSD, bro. From growing up seeing the shit that we see in our communities, people getting their heads split open, people getting robbed, people getting shot. Good morning. You 7 years old coming home from school with your mother, and you see a nigga laying in the gutter. A nigga from down the hood and got his head split open with bullets and shit.
Shout out to the chat.
So it's a lot of people, right, that try to make fun of mental illness, bro. I live my life through my channel, bro. I accept my past, bro, and I talk about mental. I even posted the other day when I went to go see my psychiatrist. Then Arabia. I posted in front of the building, and I couldn't record that much because of confidentiality reasons.
Right,
But
right.
you can see his legs is robed and and all. Yeah, I accept things for what it is, bro. But people are here. I already know what's going on, bro. This sector of YouTube is the hurt people sector. Most of these people, like Lonnie and others that talk bad about people, are hurting inside. Anybody who drinks Still Reserve 8 in the morning at Whole Foods has some problems.
I can agree. Mental health issues are real. What are some of the things you think that we need to do as a community to try? I mean, we know our surroundings put us in a bad position already. Like you said, being young, seeing people get robbed, get killed, beaten black. What do you think that we can do as far as, like you saying, you going to a psychiatrist? A lot of people use counseling, but what other ways do you think that we can? And like Arabia said, she still hurts from things that
Me
happened
too.
in the past.
Me too.
So
Me too, bro. I talk about, and I have times when I go through psychosis periods in my life. It may be 3 months, bro. Like when I was 13, I was ready to kill myself. I was this close from hanging myself off my banister in my
Yeah.
house, bro. Arabia, no. But two things that I recommend is that we start doing preventive maintenance on our mental health as well as we do on our cars. Every 3 months, we take our car to Jiffy Lube to get it. I see some people, bro, if that sticker in the left-hand corner says that they 3 days over oil change, they panicking. Treat your mental health the same way. Do preventive maintenance. And another, we got to break these generational curses. Yeah. So instead of, let's make gangs, guns, and drugs. Let's uncool that shit. Women can help out a lot too, because if they stop giving the shooters and the drug dealers attention and pussy, these niggas will change. But now the women call the working men and the clean cut men, they call them lame. Girl, I love them. I love me a shooter. I done heard it all, bro. And I ain't lying.
Yep.
So what do you say about the people who choose to go to the drug route to try to help their mental? What can you add to that?
Oh well, bro. That all that does is exacerbate the problems that already exist, bro. It multiplies the shit. And drinking and drugs trying to suppress trauma that you're going through, bro. That's a temporary fix. And then once that shit wear off, you feel even worse. I know I tried it all, bro. I tried it all. Ecstasy pills, Percocets. That's something else me and Arabia shit. She was at a late age, she started taking ecstasy and Molly and shit. What's up, Destiny? Girl.
Shout out to the chat.
Her name ain't Destiny. What the fuck is this girl name with this brown dog? Hold on, mute the mic 1 second.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to start addressing the problems in our community in a real way and stop blaming this one and that one, because we can go back to slavery. We can go back to what happened in Jim Crow. At the end of the day, it ends with us. And I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to be successful in my life at 50 years old. And I'm close to the grave. I'm close to the grave. So it is what it is. It's over for me. The younger generation need to get up and do what they need to do. I got nieces and nephews that think all the world is about war and military strategy. I got nieces and nephews being trained to not only defend themselves, but to defend other people. And then, my sisters are very good at that. Very good at that. But my thing is, it is what it is. I got nephews out here. I got nephews having babies. So my brother is now a grandfather. And I said, teach them self-defense. Teach them. Teach them what you need to teach them. Teach them what Daddy taught us, how to grow a garden, how to get out there and shoot a rabbit, how to get out there and do whatever you got to do as a man, as a woman. Because during slavery time and Jim Crow time, the women was the most hardest hit. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. And that's why I think Lonnie is so angry. Lonnie is in the same vein I am. Angry. Angry for what?
And
Angry because
Arabia,
we see our men being swept away. Swept away. Men wearing dresses. I don't care about the dress situation going on. My thing is, let's address the domestic violence. Let's address the mental illness. Let's address
Mhm.
everything that's going wrong in our community. And the biggest thing in our community is divide and conquer.
Mhm.
Divide and conquer. Because I speak Swahili and Spanish. Oh, Arabia is not totally black. Okay. When I grow my hair long, Arabia is not totally black. They know about my father. They used to bully my father for not looking like a regular black boy. Nappy hair. My father had
Right.
nice wavy hair.
Same with my father, Arabia. My father looked like a brown skin what's that man name? El Chapo or Pablo Escobar. There's a picture of him on Lonnie Community Wall she found and posted. You know, and I used to get teased about that because when I was young, I looked at Spanish when I was growing up. I had a whole bunch of curly hair and them features and shit. I'm half Dominican, half black, but I identify as black. Black Dominican people are black, most of them. But there's one other thing ain't spoke of enough. How the government, the powers that be, push whole culture on our little girls from ages 9 to 17.
Yeah.
And the ones who push the shit, Cardi B, City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, they
Uh-huh.
ain't even hoes. Cardi B, look, check this out. She been with Offset last 10 years before him, that little nigga from St. Nick's Projects in Harlem. She had
Mhm.
2 boyfriends in the last 20 years. We know her. Megan Thee Stallion was fucking with that nigga Party Next Door, whatever the fuck his name is. Gay Toy Lane, some, and a couple other dudes, but not nothing crazy. The City Girls, uh, the one Miami. She been fucking with Diddy the last couple years and ain't going nowhere. And before that, the nigga producer nigga with them tats on his face, her daughter father, since she was a young girl in high school, fucking with that nigga. So she connected the two niggas, bro, in the last 20, 30 years.
And
But
look,
they'll get
and
on
look what
songs
they say
and make
about
it
Aaliyah.
but they'll
Look
make
what
it
they said
seem
about
like,
Aaliyah.
yeah,
I'm
they'll make it
sorry.
seem like, no, it's cool. And even JT, her homegirl, she fucked with a hybrid nigga, a nigga that's a homegirl and a boyfriend, Uzi Vert. They go get their nails, toes done together, hair done, and so she's connected to one nigga and the other B-level rapper, I forget his name. So two niggas since that we know of. So these girls are not even hoes. I remember when Cardi B was live one time, her daughter on Instagram, her daughter walked in while she was playing her music and she fussed at her ass and turned it off. Girl, you know you don't come around when I play this shit. But she pushes it on our kids. Go on TikTok and put hashtag in Cardi B sound, Megan Thee Stallion sound, City Girl sound, and look at all the videos, children 9 to 17 shaking their ass and twerking to off their music. The whole culture is pushed on our kids, but they don't even let their kids listen to their own music. And
Right.
far as we know, they have no record of being hoes.
Right. Hello. Hello.
well, hey, what my thing is, it seems like the the more elders in the community have higher, I guess, mental issues because I don't see
Yes, they do.
the young folks out here going hard in this sector at each other and doxing each other like they do. But
And you're correct, brother. You're correct. And the thing that make it bad, it would be better if it was the young kids with the problems and the elders had it together, because that way, um, we can as a group, push a new campaign to, one love, one mind. But since it's the elders, then you got all the kids coming up looking at the elders, and what kids will do, they don't repeat what you tell them. It goes in one ear, they repeat what they see. So then kids see you moving a certain way, they'll condition their brains as far as even conflict resolution. Me and you get into an argument. Me and you should be, if me and you disagree on something, bro, We should be able to have a conversation like two men, bro. Not yell at each other, not insults, not threats. Agree to disagree, bro, and walk away. White people do it all the time, bro. Two white boys are being caught suing each other for 10 million, bro. And the winner or loser, they end up playing golf on that next Saturday. Damn, dude, you kicked my ass in court the other day. You know what I'm saying? We owe each other. You owe me $5. I'm ready to blow your damn head off.
That's facts.
Facts. So, ex-felon, which sector do you come from? Because I never seen you over here before.
I'm not in no particular sector. I'm just support our community. That's all. And just looking at the behavior in our communities. And you know, it's like a burning bridge going down fast if we don't get a handle on this.
But my thing is, I don't want people to talk bad about mentally ill people, because if you're drowning, a mental ill person will actually jump in the water and try to save you. Try to save you. Now, when I tried to get into the military a couple of years ago, when they found out I had a mental illness, they said, "Oh, hell no, she can't get in there. Can't get in there." So they rejected me, even though I passed the test, the written test, all that. It doesn't matter. But my thing is, when you talk about mentally ill people, we are the most loving, the most gentle, the most generous. We give our time. We work the hardest on all these different jobs. I don't care where you at. You could be in medical profession. You could be in construction. You could be in janitorial. It's all the same. They look at us like we are the demons, but we are really running society right now. We're running it.
Hey, pardon me, baby. I want to tell both. Hey, bro, nice to meet you, bro. You bring good energy, and thanks for contributing to the conversation, bro.
Salute.
Shout out. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, I just heard Arabia going off this morning, and she got it's a great point that we needed to discuss, especially with the mental capacity of all the people in our community. I don't think that people, like you said, take it seriously, because you can't look at a person and tell that they're dealing with a mental issue. You know, it's about their actions and how they react.
You're correct.
And, you know, and we can say one thing and that can set somebody off to go do something.
Right.
Yep.
One tiny touch.
And bro, I'm not to cut you off. I just want to say this real quick. And the problem we got in the black community is that we don't, because the word crazy or mentally ill, because it comes with a stigma, almost like having AIDS or HIV. Ew, nobody want to go near that person. So that's why we the parents, you know, like my mother, she was very dismissive when I used to come and tell her when I was 12, 13, Mom, I don't feel right. And everything was, I had all the Jordans, all the video game system. I had a head full of curly hair. All the little girls was on me. But something wasn't right with me. I would wake up feeling empty. I used to tell my mother, she was very dismissive, like most black mothers. Boy, you ain't crazy. I show your ass crazy. You want me to get that belt, or go sit your ass down. You feel like that because you need to go outside. Oh, my. And then one day, she was leaving out for work. She leave out work at 6. And me and my sister leave out school 7:15 a.m. I told them, go ahead, I'm gonna be late. And my mother was gone and they was gone. I took the robe that I had on, took the belt out of it. I knew I tied noose from Boy Scouts, tied that shit around the banister, and was 2 seconds away from hanging myself. Only reason I didn't, because I wasn't selfish. I thought about, because when you kill yourself, somebody gotta find you. My mother would have been the first to come home and see that. And I was thinking about how fucked up she would have been and how the rest of her life she would have lived with on her conscience like she failed somewhere. So I left the news there for her to see. I said, Mom, I'm not playing this time. I was ready to kill myself today. I thought about you. She bust out crying and knew I was serious this time and took me to get help. You know what I'm saying? All I want to see in the black community, bro, is us get back to one love, one heart, one mind, bro. Your struggles, my struggles. Your joy, my joy. Whatever makes you smile, make me smile. You know what I'm saying? We have been conditioned, whereas though if the pain don't happen, the trauma don't happen to us or somebody close to us, we don't give a fuck. Other
Right.
races are not like that. If other races, if one of them fall, they lose their business, right, get evicted out their house, the others rush to pick him up because in their culture, the shame is on the ones who still standing, not the person on the ground. In our culture,
Right.
I come on this bitch showing I'm ready to get evicted. Everybody alive. Go live and hold panels about it. That bum ass nigga. Y'all see his couch on this? You know? It's crazy, bro.
Because if
Yeah,
anything was to happen to me, they would be celebrating. They would be laughing, dancing in the street. They would be actually happy that Arabia Barbosa finally fell. But that's why I keep going like the way I do. That's why I work like the way I do. Because I know people are watching to see me fall. And the biggest ones that want to see me fall used to sleep in my bed sheets, use my facilities, kitchen, bathroom, up and down the stairs. That's the one that's watching to see if I'm going to fall. I refuse to fall. I refuse. Shout out to the chat.
yep, it's always the ones that's closest to you that have what they so-called be on demon time, just looking for something to cause, you to not be right or just cause death, period. I don't understand why so many people in this community is making reference to death instead of trying to build, like Big Dog said, and be one, you know?
Miss Feline, I see Miss Feline is in the chat. Shout out to the chat, Miss Feline. I understand. I feel your pain, and Miss Feline has always been real.
And
Miss
sorry to
Feline,
hear that, Miss Feline. Sorry because I
I'm so
I
sorry.
can't say I understand because I haven't had no uncles happening to them, but I almost hung myself at 13. And another thing, me and Arabia, Arabia know when I go live and when I come over here, we trying to build a culture of togetherness and living our truths. And um, that hoping God keeps sending like-minded people like bro who came up here. You know what I'm saying? If
Thank
you look at
you.
my content and Arabia content, we ain't constantly on the fuck shit. We trying to push a message of okay, you fell, get back up. Let's be great
Yeah,
together. Yeah.
you
Yeah, and
fall,
that's
you get back up. Okay.
oh no, Rebby. I was just gonna say, yeah, that's what we need to get away from, condemning people off their past and look at their growth from where they came from. And salute to Miss Feline. My condolences to that situation too as well.
Yes, Miss Feline. No, I was home. I wasn't in a facility when it happened. I was at my house. And my mother, she leave out at work for 6, and me and my sister leave out 7:15. But in turn, coming back home, my mother be the first to come home. Then we'd come behind her. So knowing she would have found me, and I just saw her face plain as day, crying and heartbroken, watching me dangle. I said, I can't do this to my mother. Only because I wasn't selfish and thought about her. It ain't happening. And that same day is this place called Harbell, and it's not that far from here and shit. Harbell treatment center and shit. And they treat people for drugs, alcohol treatment, mental illness. She took me there and enrolled me, and I did group therapy on Mondays and Thursdays. No, I did individual one-on-one with my counselor Mondays and Thursdays, on group Fridays and Saturdays, where I would sit with kids just like me, gonna do the same shit and my peers, and we would go on field trips and all that. And I was in that for a couple years and got better, and I started taking medicine and I got better, and I still struggle with things and shit. But another thing I wasn't doing that my mother and grandmother used to always tell me is the reason why I feel like I feel because I'm not putting God first. And now, as I got older and learned to put God first in everything, I don't trip about nothing. Like, I was standing on the corner this morning and a dude walked behind me. I ain't even turn around. You know, when I was in the streets living all foul, I was paranoid of everything. You know, nigga walk up, but now my conscience is clean. I don't bother nobody and I live clean. So I have no reason to jump every time, you know, I see a police or a nigga walk by me. You know, I live clean. My worst sin is YouTube.
Yeah, well, hey, but thank God that you didn't take yourself out. But you know, it's real sad that a lot of young folks commit suicide
Mm-hmm.
because of those thoughts and maybe what's going on at home. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
you try to reach out to your parents, and if they busy doing other things, that get overlooked. And then when something tragic happen, you know, especially with our young folks, they ain't even lived life yet, and they, you know, they taking themselves out before they give themselves a chance. So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
shout out to you, big dog.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
And it happens because I remember when I went to that hospital years ago, those children I was locked, in that hospital with, they didn't make it. A lot of them didn't make it. Hung themselves, shot themselves, ran in the street, got hit by a car. It's real. Suicide is real in our community. Homicide by the police is real. It's not no made up shit. And we got to start talking about it. We got to start addressing it. I might not be the right spokesperson for this, but I'm speaking up. I'm speaking. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, Ray
Shout
B,
out to the panel.
you got a voice, and yes, it needs to be heard. It needs to be talked about. So don't be ashamed of your purpose. You keep it going. You gonna, you know, it's gonna come when all it takes is just one person to hear and to change their
Well,
mindset.
I know,
So
I know I'm not the spokesperson, but one thing I will do from now on, if I hear something that I disagree with, I'm going to start speaking up, because the more you stay silent, it means that you agree with them. And I don't want to agree with anyone, not on
fact.
this app, not in this sector. All that doxing stuff, I had to dox my own self so the other people wouldn't dox me, because I knew what was coming. When you fight with people on this app, in this sector, oh, trust me, they will find all kinds of ways to fuck you up, fuck your whole life up, and get in touch with your family. I mean, I remember a few, I think it happened like 2 years ago. Somebody said they was going to get in touch with my loved one and tell them about this. So I had to get in touch with them and say, look, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. Period. So I could stop that from happening. So there are people that will threaten you on these YouTube streets. And it's very sad. I thank you for coming up. I thank Nashawn, Facts or Feeling, for coming up. I'm getting ready to close out the video. But I'm not closing out the subject. I'm not closing out the talking points. I wish there was a way we could solve the problem in one video, but we can't solve the problem in one video. We got to be out there diligently doing our best to solve the problems. And that's the only thing I'm saying.
I agree with you, Arabian. Thank you for having me on your panel, love. Have a blessed day.
And thank you for coming up. Thank everyone for coming up. Thank you everyone for hitting the link. Thanks to my panel. Thanks to my chat members, my subscribers, my YouTube creators. And the subject of mental illness is not going to go away. We have to address it. Just like Nashawn Facts or Feeling, he shared about what he was going through as a young person. And it does happen. It does happen. And I remember when I first started my self-mutilation, and I remember what happened, how it happened, how I got over that. When I went to prison, I found out different things. When I came back on the street, I found out different things. But it is a reality, and we are divided. We are divided by our skin color. We are divided with our religious beliefs. On my channel, on my chat, in this channel, I accept everyone as they are. Everyone as they are. Just respect my chat, respect my chat members. This was a very good live. I enjoyed it. I learned something from it, and I'm going to play it back. I'm going to play it back, and I'm going to share this video. Like and share this video. Miss Feline, I see you in the chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I love you. I respect you. Shout out to Ex-Felon. Shout out to Nishan for hitting the link and being a part of the panel. I truly enjoyed talking to two men that knows what's going on. And they're not blind, they're not deaf. They are important. We are important. Everyone on this app is important. Everyone. Regardless of your background situation, regardless of what you're going through, everyone on this app is important. And I'm getting worried for some of my people because I know what the words Lonnie spoke this morning spoke volumes. And I was trying to get clarity, but I couldn't get clarity. So I had to do my own video and talk about my feelings and talk about my thoughts and talk about my belief system and what I think is going on and why people want to shy away from saying that they are mentally ill. I got a sister, got bipolar, two children, and she raising them to the best of her ability. She keeps a smile on her face. This woman know how to play the organ, the keyboard, the piano, the drums, the tambourine. This woman is a singer. And she suffers with bipolar. I suffer major depression, recurrent, borderline personality disorder, PST, anxiety. None of this is going to be cured overnight. When I go to sleep at night, I don't have a restful sleep. I don't. I will never be at rest. And what happened to my family back in 2011? Oh, child Jesus. Time has healed most of the wounds. Time. And people got to give us, we got to give each other time. Time is very important. Time, if you waste time, you'll never get it back. You could waste money. You can waste food. But time. And I know I'm not the perfect spokesperson. I know I'm not. Ben told you I'm not perfect. I'm not God Almighty. But something is leading me in a way to give the conversation. That's why I need us to build the co-op together. All of us. Even the ones I disagree with on YouTube. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you know what I'm talking about is true. Even though I try to wipe it away with drinking, smoking cigarette, whatever, food, working too much, I try to ignore it, but I can't ignore it anymore. And those words that she spoke this morning really hurt my heart. It really hurt my feelings. And I was trying to get clarity, but there was no clarity. It is what it is. 914, which is the county of New York. We are in the house, and Let me prepare for this hurricane. I just think we're gonna get a lot of rain. Y'all pray for me. Pray for me. Because I'm not totally correct on everything, but I'm going to speak my mind and I'm going to speak out, regardless of what. Because I got a lot of people that subscribe to me that are hurting. Even though they are grown people, they are still hurting. And there's no need for me to declare war on anything or anyone. My war is reality. Reality is war. And I want it to be cleared about mental illness and people that suffer with it. I suffer, you suffer, other people suffer. They hide in different chats. They hide behind a community wall. They hide. They latch on to different YouTube creators. I've done it too. I've latched on to different YouTube creators just because they had a strong voice and they had a message that they were sending out. Shout out to Miss 504. Shout out to Miss 504 because Miss 504 was one of the main ones that came on this app and she was talking her truth. She was talking about drug addiction and alcohol addiction. She was doing that. Shout out to Queen Regina because Queen Regina exposed what the military was all about. She's still here to tell her story. Shout out to her. Shout out to Farmer Nancy, another veteran. See, we got a lot of veterans on this sector of YouTube, and they all need to start speaking out. They all need to start speaking out. Shout out to the ones that did prison time. We all need to start speaking out. You need to tell what happened when you went into that penitentiary, when you went into the receiving unit, when you went into your first mess hall experience. Talk about that. Talk about the work you used to do while you was in the penitentiary. I want to hear more men and more women come out and talk about it. Because these are the things that are in the Black community and the Latino community. My great-grandfather, he came from another country. He came from Northwest Africa, the Cape Verdean Islands. Shout out to Cape Verde. Supposed to went to Boston, Massachusetts. He ended up in New York. He did not appear to be a Black man. He appeared to be white. He had to write down on the paper he was white. But he married a woman that was dark-skinned, a woman from America, a woman that was a Mohawk Indian. Shout out to Bertha Barbosa, aka Bertha Epps, great-grandma Barbosa. They got together, they had children. My grandmother came. My grandmother married somebody she should have never married. That's why I'm speaking out against domestic violence, because I know how deep it can go. And what happened to my sister-in-law, Sergeant Crystal Reagan, every time I think about her, I cry. I cry. But I know I have to move on. I have to move on. Time has healed some of those wounds, but it didn't heal the anger, didn't heal certain pains. And I want to hear everyone's pain. Everyone. You come up here on my platform, my channel, my panel, hit my link in my comment section, I'm going to respect you. And I'm going to let you tell your story. But we all need to realize that mental illness is not a joke. It's nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to make light of. And I felt very offended. But I can't be on her panel yelling and screaming at her because she already knew what was going to happen. She wanted it to happen. But I didn't let you get the victory. I got the victory. I'm going to be me regardless. And some people say Arabia Barbosa is too emotional. Arabia Barbosa is too outspoken. Arabia Barbosa is too aggressive. I need to be aggressive. And from now on, when I hear something and I'm in that chat or on that platform, in that comment section, if I hear anything that I don't agree with, guess what? I'm going to say something. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to block me. They're going to ban me. But you can't ban the truth. You can block and ban. You can flag down. But you can't flag down the truth. You cannot flag down the truth. The truth will always prevail. The truth will always be the arrow. The truth will always rise above the water. It's a vapor. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, everyone, for coming over. Miss Feline, I love you so much. Shout out to all my chat members. Khadijah, I know you're not here right now. You'll catch the playback. But yeah, we was talking some real serious stuff today. And the more deeper talk about certain stuff, people gonna run away. They're gonna run. They want to see drama. They need arguments going on. I can argue. I can bring some drama, but it's no need for me to do that. In a few months, I will be no longer on YouTube because I'll be 51 years old, and I don't want to go past 51 being on YouTube. But I thank everyone for coming over. I thank everyone for their support and their love and their listening ear. And anything you contribute in the comment section, I totally appreciate. Ms. Feline, I love you. Thank you for coming over. Khadijah, I love you. Thank you. Y'all two women, y'all come from Miss 504 camp. And Miss 504 ain't no joke. She is not no joke. She's nothing to play with. I don't play with Miss 504. Shout out to Miss 504. And shout out to Queen Regina, because Queen Regina over there doing her videos and she's trying to stay positive. At least she's trying to stay positive. She's trying to turn over a new leaf. But Queen Regina gonna be Queen Regina. Shout out to her. Shout out to Brown Skin Lady for doing her videos. I know Brown Skin Lady is going head to head with certain YouTube creators, but Brown Skin Lady got a lot of information that a lot of us don't know anything about, and we need to listen to Brown Skin Lady, especially when she gets serious on her videos. Because when Brown Skin Lady gets serious, you better listen. Shout out to her. Subscribe to Brown Skin Lady. We got Sister T over there doing her videos. If I was in prison right now, Sister T, let's say Sister T was in prison, Sister T would be ruling that whole prison. She would be ruling it. Shout out to Sister T. And the reason why I'm saying shout out to her is because she did call me out about some words I spoke on this YouTube app. She did call me out and said I was wrong, and I was wrong. Shout out to Sister T. Um, who else I want to shout out? Sis Rabbit got a man. She want to shout out to him. A shout out to Nashawn, Facts Over Feeling. Shout out to Barbara Girl Tina. Shout out to Destiny. Destiny, shout out to you. I could just go down. The list just goes on and on. In my Maxine Waters voice. In my Maxine Waters voice. And I love Maxine Waters. Shout out to her. Because she's a very powerful Congress lady representing California. And I had the pleasure of contacting her a few years ago, tell her about the problems we having in South Carolina. And she didn't respond, but I know she let South Carolina representative know. Maxine Waters, you are the last of the last. There's no more Maxine Waters. There's no more Shirley Chisholms. There's no more Barbara Jordans anymore in Congress. And Fannie Lou Hamer, she came years ago and tried to participate with the voting situation. And I constantly think about Fannie Lou Hamer a lot. There's something about her that really caught my attention. And shout out to her, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Shirley Chisholm. Rest in peace, Barbara Jordan. I'm going to end this video. Thank you for coming over. I appreciate every one of you. Like and share the video, please. Subscribe to both of those young men that was on my panel. Ex-felon. Shout out to him. Shout out to Nashawn, Facts Over Feeling. Subscribe to him. He has a lot of good content. Exercise. He talk about politics, current events. And it is what it is. And I'm closing it down. Peace out. We will see each other in another video. One. Miss Feline, thank you. I love you. I will see you next time. I will see you next time. Just pray for me. Pray for me. Because I'm getting ready to go through something I didn't know I was going to go through. A lot of changes are going to be happening this year. So it is what it is. But I'm giving myself until my birthday to be on YouTube. And I'm closing it out. I'm not going to do any more videos after my 51st birthday. Because I don't want to be here on YouTube that old. Peace out. Now I'm a one.